How important is it to feel like a part of your course's community?
So hugely important to feel like I belong and feel like I have a space there. I feel like I'm seen and heard. I feel like particularly I'm in nursing, and the nursing course goes its extra mile to really hear people and to get feedback from people throughout the course as well, while we're being taught, but also towards the end as well, where through our evaluations. They're really hot on changing the modules and making it so our voice counts, and how our voice really defines the curriculum as well. I've noticed that a lot of things that have changed over the years when I've spoken to so I'm in third year now, so when I've spoken to the first and second years, it's really nice to see like how our opinions have really changed, how they're being taught and how they're being assessed and that kind of thing. A huge part of my course is being on placement, so being in the hospital, and sometimes I may feel slightly othered and may certain things that I wouldn't experience at university, I have experienced on placement in terms of like microaggressions and that kind of thing. But overall at university, I would say they have gone the extra mile in terms of particularly just little things. So for example, when we have module presentations about anatomy, physiology, or communication, or anything we're taught, they will add little things in. So if we're looking at different parts of the body and how to recognise tissue damage and breakage and things like that, they'll include images of people of colour as well, and not just white people.
University College London have an assessment in a physics module where students select a global majority scientist from a list produced by the staff and write an essay about them and their achievements. What do you think about this assignment? Would it be interesting to complete?
Yeah, as soon as I saw that question, I was like, wow, that would be incredible, because there is so many incredible people in nursing, like small heroes, big heroes, to talk about. The only thing I would say is that I feel like we should obviously there's probably like a basic list to start off with, but I really feel like we should be able to choose people that aren't famous, because I could definitely sit and talk to you about my ward manager and tell you how incredible she is. And her name it should go down the history books, but she should be there. She's an amazing leader, and I've learned so much from her.
What's your experience of different ways of being taught at the university? Have you been taught a concept in an interesting way that stuck with you?
I am a COVID cohort person. So when I first started at uni, everything had to be adapted and everything was different. And slowly being in person has been being reintroduced. And I think because of that, my course leaders had to be very much more innovative in the way they taught for us to be able to, get the grades that obviously we needed, but also have a good understanding and a good basis and be able to move on to the next year and progress. So they've definitely been really good in terms of thinking of different ways. And we've had like small seminars, like little focus groups. And I feel like each sort of way has been relevant to what we're being taught. So with anatomy and physiology, it was a lot of it was online, and it made more sense to have it online because we were doing a presentation. And my mind in person just goes after like 2 minutes. But if I'm like at home, I'm comfortable, I can get a cup of tea, I'm totally cool. Whereas now when I'm studying and doing my dissertation, we have small focus groups, so we have one-on-one sessions and in person, and that makes it way more easier, and I'm a lot more engaged because I'm talking about something that I'm passionate about, which is my dissertation. So, and like as much as everyone else's is really interesting, too much like different ideas would be way too overwhelming, and it's nice to sort of get with a group of like 3 people and really go into depth about what you're talking about.
When you've made a mistake or gotten a lower than expected grade in an assessment, do you know afterwards where you went wrong and how to improve?
I've had some terrible marks back, and something that I know my course tutors do, that when they release marks, I think might be a university standard thing, but staff never release marks if they're going to be away the next couple of days. So they always make sure they're online for like talks, or like if you need to speak to someone, if you need to just email someone, they're great with that.